Today we're going to be talking about that inventory that you've been taking and how to use it to make a meal plan. We are going to go through some simple things and a new feature that you can find online to be able to do this very easily. If you're just meeting me, my name is Amy Cross and this is the Cross Legacy, when normally I'm standing in my kitchen giving you tips on how to make the meals or keep produce fresh longer. Today we're going to actually be talking about the inventory that I've been encouraging you guys to take so you can rotate the food that you have in your house and make sure that nothing goes bad. Now, just in even the last 5 years, our family size has varied a lot. We have college-age kids, we're foster parents, we had our grandma living here, and for the last year, it's just my husband and I. We use a grocery budget of $135 per person per month. So our grocery budget for the last year has been $270. Even with that small of a grocery budget, we're able to keep the items that we need in our house, in our pantry, and in our freezers to make sure that we can make all the meals that we want to during our grocery shopping cycle. And one of the ways that we do that is by having zero wasted produce. If you would like more tips on being able to go to the grocery store less often and have produce that lasts for weeks, make sure that you're checking out our brand new book, Zero Waste Produce Guide, which will be linked in the description, and I have a secret coupon code for you too that is also in the description. We have been making a whole playlist of how I take inventory, when I take it through the seasons. Sometimes I'm writing things in my planner and other times I'm doing it on a Google sheet or an Excel spreadsheet. Sometimes with having such an age gap of followers, it does come in the comments that we realize that we have different skill sets. So I talk about using a Google sheet often, and then I have other followers that are asking what a Google sheet is. So I want to make sure that we are breaking this down so anybody can use these skills either on the computer or in a notebook. We just recently did how I take pantry inventory and also freezer inventory, and we have videos for those. We'll make sure to also link those in the description if you're trying to find how I actually take the inventory and rotate the stock. This is going to be how I already have the inventory and how I am meal planning. So over the years, I have learned that I like to take inventory and keep it on a Google sheet, and that way when I'm just wanting to look at things on my computer, I have it all handy, but I can also go back and kind of research over the years how fast we were using up like the beef when we buy it once every 2 years and what needs to be rotated through. So this Google sheet is really simple. This one I went through in October and I counted everything I had in my freezer. So I'm just going to kind of go down and it shows exactly like how many packages of ground beef I had, different cuts of the meat, so I can just glance at this instead of going down to the freezer and be able to meal plan around it. And then I also highlight items that I need to use up quickly or I need to restock. So some of the easy dinners that are in my freezer, I always write those down too so I don't forget what meals I have freezer meals ready to go in my freezers. This is an example of what I had in my freezer in October this year, and then in January is when I normally do the pantry inventory every year. So I have another doc that has those items and we will go over to that. So we have some of the store-bought items. I have the canned items, things I want to cycle through and make sure that I use up. When you get to like the enchilada sauce, which is kind of funny, I used that enchilada sauce this week, but I like made notes that I can make enchilada sauce. I have au jus, like different things that I can use. Black olives we use for pizza, pineapple we use for pizza. So I kind of made some notes on the side that I was using those items for those recipes just as I'm in the pantry, like taking inventory, thinking about things. It helps to have some of those notes down on this. And I'm just going to scroll through so you can see kind of randomly what is in my pantry. I don't have the dry goods, especially on here. Like I always have flour and sugar, so I didn't really write those down. And I'm going to scroll back up. So this is how I keep track on a Google sheet. Now, when I'm writing it in my planner, I'm just writing reminders of things that need to be used up right away. So I know right now I have some ground sausage that I didn't store properly in another container. It's in that styrofoam container, the styrofoam packaging. And so I know that this next couple weeks, I need to use that up because it will only last about 2 to 3 months in the freezer, and I bought it before the holidays. So those are the kind of reminders I'm writing on my planner as I'm going through to make sure that I'm using those items that are in my freezer. But this list, I'm going to show you how I use this to make meal planning easier. So most of everybody knows how to type a question into Google and it will pop up blog posts or videos that answer your question. A lot of people found me because they were typing in how to make strawberries last longer, and you found the Cross Legacy. But there is a new program that's only been out for about a year, and it's called ChatGPT, which is an AI program, and it's super simple to use, and it will give you automatic answers back with the information that you're giving it. So to find ChatGPT on your computer, you just type in chatgpt.com. And if you're using it on your phone, then you want to download the app. But it pops up a box where you ask a question in it. And since I have my inventory on a Google Doc, I'm able to take my inventory and put it into ChatGPT, and I will show you how I do that. So the prompt that I put into ChatGPT was, using the inventory lists that I provide, make a meal plan using ingredients that I have on hand for 2 weeks of dinners, breakfast, and snack ideas. Include recipes and a shopping list of the items needed. And then I copied and pasted the inventory I had in Google Sheets right into that question. Using that inventory list, it was able to make a 2-week meal plan. So for week 1, it said chicken enchiladas. It was using up some of those pantry items that I had: pumpkin chili, French tips, vegetarian pasta, bang bang coconut and shrimp, or coconut chicken. We normally make coconut shrimp. Homemade pizza night, corn chowder, lettuce wraps, a garbanzo bean curry, stuffed peppers, Mississippi pot roast, spinach artichoke pasta, homemade pizza, tuna casserole. Now, I did notice that I didn't get the freezer meat in here quick enough, so it was basing things off of things that I had in my pantry only, so that's why this list looks like this. But it was giving options for things that I had for breakfast and snacks, and then it gave me a shopping list of things that I might need to go with these meals. So instead of just populating it so it's making you a meal plan and not thinking at all about what you have at your house, this is basing it off of the ingredients that you already need, and you can adjust it that way. Now, if you see something on that meal plan that you don't like my husband doesn't like fish, so if there was fish on there, then I could take that off. But you can do some other things with this too. You can say, one person is diabetic in the family, make this a diabetic friendly recipe, or we only eat keto, or we're vegetarians. You can do that. You can also say, I want a meal plan for 2 adults and 1 toddler and 1 8-year-old, and it will base the meals off of your family size and the ages and what it thinks a family your size and people would like to eat. So this becomes really handy, especially when I'm trying to figure out things for allergies or different things that people like, to be able to put all this information together and have it customized to what we have in our house and our family specific diet. So this next prompt I'm going to put on here is, our family is 2 adults and 2 kids ages 2 and 8. Give me a list of family-friendly, high-protein dinner ideas. And it is going to come back with an entire list here of ideas to make for a family. So chicken enchiladas, homemade turkey and chicken meatballs with pasta, beef or veggie roast with pasta and carrots, lettuce wrap with ground turkey and chicken, pizza night with high protein toppings, baked salmon or white fish with veggies, chicken stir fry, taco night, mini chicken pot pies, grilled cheese with tomato soup, stuffed bell peppers, bang bang chicken and coconut rice. I think I have the bang bang chicken and coconut rice on my meal plan inventory, and that's why it keeps popping up. But tuna or chicken casserole, baked chicken tenders, sloppy joe sliders. So it really gives you an idea of different things that you can make when your brain is fried and you can't think of what to make for dinner. That's just a fun way to use ChatGPT, especially if something in your diet is changing and you're trying to figure out new meals. I know when I first found out that I was diabetic, I had to change everything in my way of thinking, and it was really overwhelming at first. So, and being an allergy mom, that was another one that when you get a new allergy that you're finding out about, you know, sometimes it can stump your brain and be overwhelming. So using a program like this is really great. I also, over the years, have used Supercook, and we did a video on that this summer of how to use the Supercook app and website to help you populate recipes for the ingredients that you have in your house. And also, for years, I've been working through planners, and so as I'm going through the month, I write down the meals that I actually made for the month, and it's a great way to be able to flip. It's a great way to flip back through the months and the years to see what our family was eating and during different seasons. So however you're making meal plans for your family, whether or not it's for in the future or to be able to look back into the past, some of these tips are great skills to have, and make sure that you're following this playlist to have more ideas.